Holidays are supposed to be fun, but what if getting together with family members during this time leaves you feeling like the Grinch? Sometimes holiday stress can take over any joy you might have been feeling, but don't worry, there is a way to get through it. Relationship expert and author Dr. Margaret McCraw joins us this morning with some tips. She is also going to take your phone calls in just a few minutes, so if you have any questions, you can give us a call. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's amazing how many people need some help to get through this time of year.
I know, it's absolutely true. I mean, depression spikes in a big way at this time of year, and you would think it wouldn't, but it does.
Okay, you have some tips, though, to get people through that. One of them is to pre-pave how you approach the holiday.
Yes, because what happens is that we focus on everything that went wrong in previous years. We give a lot of attention to that, and we talk about, oh gosh, if I have to see my brother again at this event. And, you know, I was talking to a friend the other day, and he was saying every time I see my certain old friends that he went to high school with, that they'll always say things like, oh, you've gained weight, or
that's a bad setup.
Or, why aren't you married?
Right.
You know, that comment, and it's just so distressful for him.
And that kind of leads to, I think, to your second one, be aware of your emotional triggers. That's going to trigger something, I would think.
That's going to trigger it, and if you're just aware and you think about, how am I going to handle this? I'm going to handle this differently than last year. Instead of reacting, you want to respond. All
right, you have a lot of other great tips, but I want to get to some of our Facebook questions, because I think they'll touch on some of these. Lisa wrote in on Facebook and said, my family gets together on Christmas Eve as well as Christmas Day. I opt for spending Christmas Eve with friends to only spend one tense day with family. Is that rude?
I don't think the question, it's a good question, but I would let go of that whole issue of, is it rude? You have to do what is going to work well for you. You have to find your good place for the holidays. And I think the key is, you don't have to tell your family, I don't want to be with you.
Right.
You just say, I have friends that I want to share the holiday with. And that's how you understand. Yes.
And if 2 days with family is going to put you in a bad mood, then one good day might just be better.
It's much better to do it that way. Yes.
All right, let's take a look at what Cindy's saying. She wants to know, this could be tricky, how to deal with a 70-year-old mother that likes to, that talks to each family member about other family members, and she says all kinds of bad things about all the other family members, so no one's talking. I mean, that's hard because this is a 70-year-old, a matriarch.
Yes, and you know what? That happens in a lot of families. If it's not the mother, it's someone else. And so I think the best way to handle that is just to say, you know, Mom, let's shift to something else, or, you know, she's got such good qualities. That's a good habit to do with anyone. When somebody starts talking negatively about somebody, you just shift and you say, but you know what, how about this about her? Or guess what, because she's that way, she's, you know, she may be controlling, you may feel she's controlling, but she really wants things to go well.
That's another one of your points that you had on here, so that was a perfect question to tackle that one. All right, we're going to get you to stick around because we have so many more people who have questions.
All right, good.
We are back with Dr. Margaret McCraw. She is taking your phone calls about how to deal with family during the holidays for our Take Action Thursday. So if you have a question, phone lines are open right now at 410-481-4545. And of course, you can always send us a tweet or go through our Facebook page. Our first caller is Mary in Baltimore. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Patrice. How are you?
I am great. All right, what's your question? You have some difficulties during the holidays?
Yes. I'm going to see my mom. She's coming in from England. She's going to spend some time with my sisters in New York. But I don't know how to let them know that I don't want to really be there because I have a lot of issues.
Okay. So her mom's flying in from England, and she doesn't really want to spend time.
Are the issues with your mother, or are the issues just other things happening?
With both my mom and my sister, but because I have a child, I don't want to, you know, deprive my child of being with the family, but I don't want any conflict.
That's a tough situation.
That is a tough situation. Usually in situations like that, it's best if you can structure the visit. So if you can make sure that maybe with your mom, with your child, with your sister, that you have some time with them. However, the time isn't just a free-for-all. It's a time where maybe you go to brunch. Maybe you decide to do a movie together, that you schedule some things that you don't have to have a lot of open-ended conversation at this point.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it'll get you through, and yet it'll allow you to get to spend some time with your mom, and it'll allow your child to get to know her grandmother.
All right, that's great advice. Hopefully that helps you, Mary. Happy holidays to you. Well, Sarah is on Facebook, and this is what she wrote in. She says, this is kind of funny, actually. I hate it when family members try to take leftovers home if they didn't bring any food with them. I would like to know the polite way to say, you didn't pay this $100 plus meal, you don't get to take it home. Oh. And surprisingly, a lot of people wrote in about this on our Facebook page. There were 2 or 3 questions about how do you tell people, leave your Tupperware at home, don't take all the food afterwards.
That's interesting. That's a great question. Well, what I would suggest is you want to say something before the event.
Okay.
So you don't want to wait till Christmas or New Year's Day
and
then say something to them. You want to say ahead of time. What I'm asking is those individuals who bring things to our holiday gathering, if you want to take something home with you, that would be great. But I'd like to kind of handle it differently this year. So
that's a touchy.
But you have to say it ahead of time.
You do.
Because that way maybe they'll bring something.
Right.
Okay,
Wow.
you give them that opportunity.
All right, well, everybody eat up, enjoy. Hopefully you don't have any problems throughout the holidays. Thank you so much for coming in. That was great advice.